पाकिस्तान कॉन्सुलेट न्यूयॉर्क में अफ्तार डिनर का एहतमाम किया गया, जिसमें न्यूयॉर्क मेयर के सीनियर एडवाइजर एहसन चोगताई, डिप्टी पब्लिक एडवोकेट काशिफ हुसैन, न्यू जर्सी स्टेट असेंबली वुमेन शमा हैदर, NYPD डिप्टी इंस्पेक्टर राना अदील, पाल्स प्रेसिडेंट रोहेल खालिद के साथ साथ दीगर सियासी और समाजी शख्सियात और पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी के मुअज़्ज़िज़ीन ने शिरकत की। प्रोग्राम का आगाज तिलावत कलाम पाक से हुआ।
वतवासौ बिलहक वतवासौ बिस्सब्र सदक़ल्लाहुल अलीयुल अज़ीम।
कौंसिल जनरल मोहतरमा आयशा अली ने मेहमानों को वेलकम किया।
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, public officials, Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to all of you. It is a matter of great honor and a privilege for me to welcome all of you today at the Consulate General of Pakistan in New York as we gather this evening to break our fast together in this holy month of Ramzan. Ramzan is a month which is marked by peace and bearing a message of patience for all. The spirit of this month is manifest in how Muslims all across the globe gather each evening to celebrate and to give thanks to Almighty for the day spent, ultimately culminating in the grand celebration of Eid at the end of this holy month. Ladies and gentlemen, we have since 2021 started a new tradition at the Consulate General of Pakistan in New York, where we host an Iftar exclusively for public officials of Pakistani heritage to recognize their contributions and to highlight their successful journeys, which is an effort on our part to inspire the next generation of Pakistani Americans living in the United States and in the tri-state area. I feel so proud and so privileged to announce that as we break fast today, the number of senior Pakistani American officials in public and elected offices continue to increase. And 2021-22 have been a year of several firsts. We have, for the first time, a senior advisor to the mayor of New York City, Mr. Ehsan Choktai, who has joined us. We have our own oath commissioner, whose name is Asim Rahman. He's not here, but his father has very kindly joined us today. Thank you so much, sir. We have our first Deputy Inspector in NYPD, Mr. Adil Rana, who is quite an inspirational leader but is yet to join us. He's on his way, and I hope to see him soon. We have the first Pakistani Assembly woman from New Jersey, Shama हैदर. Our first Pakistani American federal judge, Zahid Qureshi. We have several others, and I would name them and would ask them to kindly rise and be recognized. We have Ibrahim Khan from the Office of Media Attorney General. He's the Chief of Staff to her. We have Umar Usman, who is in the Office of Brooklyn Borough President. I see Umair Khan, who is a Senior Counsel in the Attorney General's Office. Thank you, Umair, for being here. Kashif Hussain, who is Deputy Public Advocate. Several members of the NYPD who are here in their uniforms, and men and women both, and I'm so glad to see the women. Is President Pals. Thank you, Rohel, for all the law enforcement officials. Ladies and gentlemen, this Ramzan, the first after the pandemic, which had shut everything down, we've had hundreds and thousands of Iftar events across the length and breadth of the New York State. So many offices of the state and of the city have organized several Iftar events, and they have celebrated with the Muslims and with Pakistani Americans. This is not only a manifestation of the spirit of diversity of the city and the country, which many of you have decided to call your home, but it is also a testimony to the work and contribution of millions of Muslims, including Pakistani Americans, and especially our officials who have been in the vanguard of presenting a tolerant, universal, and peaceful image of Islam. I thank you all for your service and for being the tremendous role models that you have been. I think you deserve a big round of applause. Special thanks to my diplomatic colleagues. Excellency, the Consul General of Qatar is here. Thank you so much. We also have another representative of the Mayor's Office, Mr. Dilip Chauhan, who is Deputy Commissioner. And members of Pakistani Christian community who have joined us. I thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, this Consulate General is your home. It is the territory of Pakistan. And we are endeavoring to continue to serve you and to support you as you make your mark in different fields in the United States. It is my firm belief that a strong community is the real foundation of a strong Pakistan-US partnership. Thank you to all of you for everything that you do, not only for the United States, but also for Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, let us also not forget those who may not be as fortunate as we are. Let us all, not just during Ramzan, but year-long, be thoughtful of those who may need our assistance in one way or the other. This would also include our Kashmiri brothers and sisters in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, whose genuine plight and whose rights have been trampled upon by the Indian government since 1947. This Ramzan, our thoughts and prayers are with all of those who are in need to be heard and to be assisted the world over. Coming to the Consulate General of Pakistan and for breaking your fast with us, Pakistan, find the blood.
Ask the Honorable Assembly Woman Shama Heather to grace rostrum.
Good evening and assalamu alaikum to everyone. It's an honor to be here and I thank Aisha for her very kind invitation. And it's a pleasure to meet everybody here and other officials. But I'm really not so happy to see very few women. I think that's a real message for all of us. We need more women to be represented, whether in elected or appointed office. And I think the Pakistani women, I'm standing right here before you. I happen to be the first elected to the New Jersey State Assembly. And I think we need more representation. I hope certainly I will not be the last. That's my goal, to ensure that there'll be more Pakistani Americans, more Muslims, more women in these positions. So please encourage your sisters, your wives, your children to run for office, to support people in office. If you don't want to run for office, run somebody's campaign. If you want to do nothing, write them a check. They'll be very grateful for that, I can assure you. But it is so critical that we participate in the system if we want to make a change. If you're, as somebody had said, if you're not at the table, then you'll be part of the menu. So thank you.
Thank you. Acting Advisor to the New York City Mayor on South Asian Muslim Affairs, Mr. Ehsan Chughdai, to come forward and take the dais.
Assalamu alaikum. Council General, thank you so much for inviting me. My name is Ehsan Chughdai. I am the Senior Advisor to the Mayor. I'm so Today, when I was coming here, I wanted to do something different, and I spoke to my wife, who, by the way, when you talk about women, after yesterday, she was honored by the NYPD.
Bravo.
I'm so proud of her, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying after being honored yesterday, this morning, my kids, my PACE team got up and distributed over thousands of boxes to the needy. And that's what they're known to do. And that's what women in our organizations are doing throughout the city. You'll be so proud that yes, you're right. We do need more women encouraging. And we do need to bring them up to the table. And like you said, all you gotta do is write a check too. So that also helps. There's, what I really like to point out to today is that people like Ibrahim and Omar, these guys have been in the government for a long, long time. I give you guys so much kudos for holding it down and allowing people like myself and Kashif and Omar to come up and join you in the ranks of city. I give you a lot of respect for doing this for a long time. Under Tish, I've known Tish for a long time. She doesn't look at you guys as somebody who works for her, but she looks at you guys as family. So, and that's all testament to what you've done. And that's what I want to do at the mayor's office, at the senior level. My colleague is sitting here next to me with the Dilip Chauhan, who we've been working very close. Asim, who is the newly appointed commissioner in the mayor's office, couldn't be here today, but his father's here. Our goal is very simple, is equity, 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 to make sure that we have our representation in the mayor's office and equity that comes back to our community. That's in sense of resources coming back to the community, and that's in sense of having people that are working at the mayor's office. If we say that 10% of the population is Muslim, then we better make sure that 10% of the population of Muslims are working at the mayor's office. And that's inshallah our goal. I'm so proud of my NYPD, Rahel, Pakistan, Zindabad. You guys have taken this to a whole new level now. You've changed the ball game, and the PALS is going to do some amazing work. You're following in the footsteps of Deputy Inspector Rana, who nobody needs any introduction on. I'm sure he's on his way here. But them starting MOS, and now you guys are taking to the mantle. So you're here in your house in the Pakistan embassy. I just wanted to make a difference today. I'm wearing shalwar kameez for the first time. So. And last but not least, Shahid Bhai is here. Yeah, your drive from Boston must not get easy. So Shahid Bhai is a pillar. He probably doesn't know me recently, but I'm going to remind him a long time ago. This was over 20 years ago. Within small communities, him starting out in Boston and many people here, in New York, and they held a fundraiser for Hillary Clinton. Long time ago. No, Hillary Clinton. I will just remind you. This was way back. And they hosted it in this lady's house, who I couldn't even imagine, Vera Wang. How did you even know Vera Wang? And that inspired me to say, first of all, I'm in Vera Wang's house as a young kid, coming into a fundraiser for Hillary Clinton, and I looked up to you a lot to learn how to get myself involved in politics. And thank you, Aisha, thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'll keep it very brief. There's two thoughts that I was having when I was sitting here, and I want to share with you guys today. It took us a long time, a very, very long time, a lot of struggle to get to the point where we're at right now, with different positions in different agencies and different leadership roles, with Hassan now in the government, and Umar in the government, and Umar and Ibrahim and myself in the government, and there's more on the way, by the way. So there's good news that we can disclose right now. But Hassan knows that there are work being done behind the scenes that we want to make sure that when he talks about equity, when he talks about representation, we are working day and night, 24/7. These jobs are not 9 to 5; these are 24/7 jobs, and we are working close with our elected officials on matters that means a lot to Muslims, to Pakistanis, and make them aware of our issues and concerns, but also make them come to our community and learn of the beautiful things about our community, the beautiful culture and the language and the clothes and the food and so on. But the credit right now that I want to give to is the folks that have come here long before us, when me and Asin were just young kids on the street and learning. And those are the folks that have spent 12 hours to 14 hours to 18 hours shifts to put us in the positions that we are in today. So today, I want to acknowledge, I want to recognize our elders in our community that oftentimes do not get the credit, and we are basically the fruits of their hard work. And second thing I just want to say is that now we are in this position, get to know this position, what Deputy Public Advocate does, what the Senior Advisor in the Mayor Office does, what the Special Assistant to the Brooklyn Borough President does, and Umair Bhai, what he does, and Ibrahim Bhai, what he does, and take full advantage of us, hold us accountable, ask us to bring resources, ask us to bring those programs, those resources to your community, to your organizations, to your neighborhood. And if we don't do that, I think we will do a lot of injustice to our own communities. So I want to just leave it on that note. Thank you so much for inviting me here. See, you have outdone yourself. This is a beautiful setting. Thank you so much.
Speech right before Iftar, so we'll just keep it short. It is great to be here. Thank you, Consul General, for inviting me again, and it is a credit to our community. This gathering, this get-together, this room, it is great to see everybody. Hope everybody has been enjoying their Ramadan. I think I want to say whenever I speak at these things that we should keep in mind those who don't get to be at these tables, and that's why we are here. So it is a great honor to represent them here tonight, and of course my office is State Attorney General of New York. This is not a law enforcement event, so we're all just going to hang out and have fun, but it is great to be here with everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Enjoy your Iftar and Eid Mubarak.
Thank you. Thank you, in fact, to all the dear speakers for your remarks this evening. May I now proceed to invite Imam Ahmed Ali for dua on this blessed occasion.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad, kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad, kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim. Honorable Queen, we gathered here for your sake. Most of us are fasting. Honorable Queen, please bless all of us with health, wealth, and success in this world and hereafter. Honorable Queen, all of us who gathered here, our city of New York, this beautiful country, United States of America. Honorable Queen, our beautiful country, beloved country, Pakistan. Honorable Queen, pray for all the world to find peace and blessings in this month of Ramadan and all year round. Honorable Queen, anything we all need to be united, to be successful, we ask you to bless us with. Honorable Queen, anything which divide us, which make us against each other, we ask you to please make us away from that part. And Ya Rabbal Kareem, we gathered here for your sake. We ask you to please forgive all of our parents and family members and community members who died during the COVID-19 pandemic. And whoever is from our family or not from our family, we pray for all of them to bless them with forgiveness and bless high ranking in paradise. Bless for the consulate to find success. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen wa sallallahu ta'ala ala khayri khalqihi Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa azwajihi wa ashabihi ajma'in bi rahmatillah. La ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala falah. Hayya ala Allahu Akbar. لا الله أكبر